What is good, YouTube? So in today's video, I will be ranking every single ramp rush I've ever done in Fortnite from easiest to hardest. So this video has been in the making for over a year now, guys. So be sure to drop a fat like on it and subscribe if you haven't already. But let's get into the video. So the number 16 spot goes to the Beaks rush. If you guys don't know this video, it's an absolute banger on my channel. I basically invented this ramp rush where it would actually give you less fall damage, and you're gonna see 2 ramps go up. The reason why it's so easy is because you literally just look forward and hold down your turbo building option, and then boom, 20 mats, 2 layers of defense. This is why this ramp rush is so effective and also why it's so easy. So then here is the fall damage part of the ramp rush. When somebody shoots you down, they shoot down the first little piece right at the bottom right there. And then once it breaks, you connect it with a wall, and then they shoot down the back piece. And when they shoot down that back piece, you take less fall damage because you land on top of the stair below you. Another pretty cool clip from this ramp rush is me going all the way to height, and then I shoot it down, and then boom, I have enough time to get back down. Yeah, another pretty cool ramp rush that's super easy to do, which is why this is number 16 on the list. The number 15 slot on this list goes to the stacked ramp rush. The reason why this ramp rush is so easy is because you just hold down your turbo building button and boom, you can just put down 3 layers of protection just like that. It's a pretty cool looking ramp rush. Unfortunately, I don't think it's possible anymore because Epic changed the current build physics of how you place stairs now. But I thought it was a pretty cool ramp rush that I did back then. That's super easy because all you had to do was just jump through it and just hold down your turbo building button. And also this ramp rush, you could actually have one place above you just like this. Like I said, it's not possible to do this ramp rush anymore. Yeah, this is a pretty cool ramp rush that I want to include, number 15, because all you gotta do is just jump through it. So number 14 on the list, we got the double ramp wall rush. Back then, this ramp rush was considered really hard to do, but as time kind of progressed, it became a lot easier to do. Back in the day, when you were pushed by this ramp rush, it was a really scary feeling because it was considered definitely the hardest ramp rush at the time. And this particular ramp rush is what kind of got my channel started, I guess you could say, but it's number 14 on the list. It used to be number 1 on the list because during the time it was the hardest, but as time progressed, it became a lot easier to do, and pretty much anybody can do this ramp rush nowadays, no matter how bad you are at Fortnite. So number 14 on this list goes to the double ramp wall rush. Okay, so at number 13, we got the 3-layer extended ramp rush. This ramp rush is a little bit harder than the double ramp wall rush because it changes between 3 different building slots, and also you have to time when you hold down turbo building and when you don't hold it down. So that's why it's harder than the double ramp wall rush in my opinion. And then the sequence for building is a ramp, a floor, a wall, then a ramp. And then you have to stop turbo building when you reach out to that really far ramp, or else you're not going to be able to do this rush. So because you have to time turbo building and because you have to switch between 3 different building slots, that's why I think this is number 13 on the list. But let's go look at number 12. So at number 12 on the list, we got the 4-layer V3 ramp rush. This is a little bit harder than the 3-layer extended ramp rush because all you do is add 1 more ramp to it. As you can see, there's 1 extra ramp than what the 3-layer extended rush would have had. It's not super hard to do, but the only hard thing about it is that you have to time your turbo building really precisely. You gotta be really careful to time it when you're doing turbo building, because if you hold down turbo building, then this ramp rush is not possible. You actually have to let go of it at precise times. So the sequence on this ramp rush was a ramp, a floor, a wall, then a ramp, and then you have to stop turbo building right here. You have to let go right there, and then you actually have to press it individually on that very outer ramp, because if you don't do that, then the ramp rush will not look how you want it to look. This is why it's number 12 on the list, but let's take a look at number 11 now. All right, so the number 11 spot, we got the anti-explodes ramp rush. This ramp rush is honestly a classic on this channel. So I made this ramp rush back when the explosives got a huge buff to them. Back then, explosives only did 1 layer of penetration to structural damage on your builds, but Epic actually buffed it and it had to go through multiple layers like it does now. And this ramp rush back then was the only ramp rush that could actually defend more than 1 explosive. So it actually took 2 explosive damages. So the reason why I said number 11 is because it's a little bit harder because you don't have a floor placement. So placing those 2 walls in that ramp outwards and holding down turbo building when you need to and when you don't need to just makes it a number 11 spot, because learning this ramp rush at first can be a little bit difficult. I remember it took me a few hours to get used to back then. It's a pretty cool ramp rush and it's a number 11 spot, but let's look at number 10 now. At the number 10 spot, we got the Doritos ramp rush. I know that this one's going to shock some of you guys because this ramp rush looks like it's super hard to do, but in reality, it's actually really easy to do because all you got to do is hold down turbo building and place 1 building piece and rotate it twice. I made 2 different tutorials on this video and another one, but this ramp rush, guys, I promise you it deserves a number 10 spot. But overall, it's one of my favorite ramp rushes that I've ever done, and it's really unique. It looks really cool, and like I said, all you gotta do is just rotate it twice. Let's look at number 9 now. So the number 9 spot, guys, we got the bladed ramp rush. In all honesty, this ramp rush deserves the number 9 spot in my opinion. So the reason why I think it deserves the number 9 spot is because this was the first ramp rush where I used every single different building piece. So what I mean by that is that floor, a wall, a ramp, and a pyramid. Keep in mind that the pyramids were flipped backwards by editing. So like you made a pyramid ramp and then you flipped it backwards. So this is why I think it deserves the number 9 spot, but let's look at number 8 now. So the number 8 spot, guys, we got the Doritos V2 ramp rush. Right here is the original Doritos ramp rush, but now it turns into a V2 ramp rush because what I'm doing is I'm adding 2 extra Doritos in the back of it to make it a 6-layer ramp rush, I'm pretty sure. Yep, a 6-layer ramp rush instead of a 4-layer ramp rush like the original Doritos. So the reason why that this ramp rush is a little bit harder is because you have to spin around super fast and that can like actually mess up your placements a lot. So that's why I think it deserves number 8 on the list right now, is because you really have to kind of time that spin, and also you have to time that 2 rotates for your Doritos to make the ramp rush possible. It's a really cool ramp rush in my opinion, but let's take a look at number 7 now. Okay guys, so at the number 7 spot, we got the 6-layer ramp rush. Oh my gosh, this ramp rush really brings me back. I'm pretty sure that I was actually the first person to ever show a 6-layer ramp rush going full speed through it ever, like on any sort of social media. So I was really proud of this ramp rush when I did back in the day. This is back when I had like 40,000 subs, I think. I put it at number 7 on the list because it really did take a long time to learn back in the day, and it's still not easy to do because a lot of people still can't do this ramp rush, I'm pretty sure. But it's a super strong ramp rush and also uses a ton of mats. It was a really big sort of milestone on this channel, I guess you could say, because it's one of my most viral videos on my channel too. I definitely think it deserves a number 7 spot, but let's look at number 6 now. The number 6 spot, we got the Girthy Boy ramp rush. I honestly don't know why I named this ramp rush the Girthy Boy ramp rush. I was actually about to name it like the Peen rush or something really dumb like that, but I named it the Girthy Boy ramp rush for whatever reason. I think it's a pretty fitting name because it's just so like, it's so thick, like it's huge. Like back then, that was like the thickest ramp rush ever. So the reason why I said number 6 on this list is because you have to place that initial ramp super far out, and it was really hard learning how to do that. I think it deserves a spot. You also had to place 3 different walls, a floor, and a ramp, and it was actually really easy to Harry Potter yourself when you're doing this ramp rush. This ramp rush was not easy to learn, and let's look at number 5 now. So at the number 5 spot, we have my most viral ramp rush ever, the Y ramp rush. This ramp rush takes me back. I honestly did not expect this ramp rush to get 4.9 million views on YouTube. It just like every single day, it still keeps on getting views for whatever reason. I guess it's a thumbnail. But this ramp rush deserves the number 5 spot in my opinion. It's not easy to do, and you have to really time that turret building on it. And you also have to place between 4 different building pieces. So that's why I think it deserves the number 5 spot. Let's see if we hit it real quick. Dude, I was so close to hitting this guy. Look at this. Oh my god. Will he comment below? Dude, I remember looking at the replay clip. I was right there. This ramp rush is definitely a classic, and it really does deserve number 5 spot. But let's take a look at number 4 now. Coming in at number 4 is the 4-layer V2 ramp rush. It definitely deserves a top 5 spot, like no matter what. I knew that going into this video that this ramp rush would definitely be a top 5 ramp rush. I was actually about to give this ramp rush the number 3 spot, but after thinking about it for a little bit, it definitely deserves number 4. If I try to do this ramp rush today, like right now in creative, I probably could not do it. Like this one's really hard to do consistently, but this is one of the first ramp rushes that went viral on my channel, so I really just had to give it a top 5 spot because it was so hard to do. But let's take a look at number 3 now. So at the number 3 spot, yes guys, we have the Thanos ramp rush, and I'm being 100% serious right now. The Thanos ramp rush deserves the number 3 spot. There are still 2 other ramp rushes which I have deemed to be harder than the Thanos ramp rush. As crazy as it sounds, I do still think there's 2 other ramp rushes that I do personally think are harder than the Thanos ramp rush. The Thanos ramp rush is just like such a iconic ramp rush on this channel that I had to give it like a top 3 spot. So it is not easy to do. It requires so much building in such a short period of time, and it requires such focus to like kind of change through all your building slots in such a short period of time. You have to do 2 bladed ramp rushes right next to each other right in a row. So it definitely took a little bit of time for me to learn this one, but I thought it was worth it because it made for some great content for you guys. But this ramp rush really uses a lot of mats, which is why it's not even worth it, but it's also really cool to watch. But let's take a look at number 2 now. So at number 2 on this list, we have the 4-layer V4 ramp rush. This is the second hardest ramp rush in Fortnite, in my opinion. And like, trust me guys, getting every single placement on this ramp rush, like look at this. The placements are insane. I cannot do this ramp rush anymore. Like I haven't done it in a long time, and I promise you guys, if I went into creative right now and tried to do this, I could not do it. There's no way. Getting all these placements on this ramp rush are so hard to do and I honestly don't know how I did it back in the day. Let's take a look at number 1 now. So coming in at the number 1 spot, finally, this one deserves it, guys, and it is the Thanos V2 Ramp Rush. This is the strongest, hardest, that's what she said, ramp rush in Fortnite. But this ramp rush 100% deserves the number 1 spot, guys. Like, this one is so hard to do. You actually can only do this ramp rush with controller movement. So I had to switch my keyboard to half controller to get this ramp rush possible. Like, that's the only way it's possible. I had to use my Azra on my joystick keypad or controller keypad because you had to have the controller strafes in order to do this ramp rush. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like on it. It really helps out a lot. And also, if you guys are new here and have not hit that subscribe button yet, be sure to do so also. But I'll see you guys next time.